In news from Jamaica, he's fresh from his tour of the diaspora. Opposition leader Andrew Holness is back on the island after engaging Jamaicans who reside in the United Kingdom and Washington. Mr. Holness, along with the Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister Ed Bartlett, met with the Jamaican community in Birmingham, London, as well as Washington in the United States. They departed on May 31 and returned on June 10. The opposition leader is declaring the trip a success. At a press conference on Wednesday afternoon, the opposition leader explained that his itinerary also included meeting with multilateral partners such as the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, IMF. He notes that based on his interactions, the diaspora community is very concerned about the affairs back home. Mr. Holness says the diaspora is pushing for economic advancement. However, he laments that crime and violence remains the overwhelming concern. Holness says Jamaica adopting the Caribbean Court of Justice CCJ came up in Birmingham and London, but it wasn't a major issue.
It came up in Birmingham and it came up in London. It was very difficult to detect whether or not there was a consensus. In fact, it was not an issue. You know, what was surprising to me is that when I asked the crowd, both in Birmingham and in London, what was the major issue you find with Jamaica? All of them in the halls said crime. And then roads and other infrastructure issues, and then education and health. And then they moved now to the frustration that they experience with the bureaucracy in Jamaica, how long it took them to get their titles, how long it took them to get approvals, all the other issues that the average Jamaican themselves would face. So the truth is that it was not a major issue. And I think that the diaspora, both in the UK and certainly in Washington, has moved away from the thinking of, well, we need to secure our political sovereignty. We need to do things symbolic for political independence. I think they are very much concerned about economic independence.
So what was the main purpose of the opposition's tour? Well, pretty much to present its mandate to the international community. Mr. Holness is upbeat the JLP administration has the soundness voters are clamoring for, and is the party willing to make the paradigm shift Jamaica needs? One of the messages he shared is that a JLP government will ensure the diaspora community is given a chance to vote in elections.
This is a matter that we are going to put to the public for greater discussion. And it could also be a matter that when we win, we will place it on the grand referendum amongst the other issues to be resolved. I want to reiterate the point about how important it is for us to build strong links with our diaspora, because they have very high-level connections that can be used to carry through Jamaica's foreign policy, make connections for investment, and raise Jamaica's profile internationally. And so we have done quite a bit of work, quite a bit of networking to ensure that when we become the government, we hit the ground running in terms of getting in those investments for growth.